Hello guys, this is Parul here and from Tech Revolver, and today we're going to start a new tutorial series on Python programming. Now you'll be asking why you chose Python. It's so high level programming language. That's a rumor. Python is very simple language, very easy syntaxes, and that is why it is regarded as the best beginner's language. It is the most basic language you can learn as a beginner. Because of its power, because of its wide range of application, it has a huge impact on any type of stuff that we do. So, talking about Python, why are we using Python? Why? There are many other languages and all of them are fairly popular. But why Python then? Why and where we use Python? So the answer is very simple. First of all, Python is interpreted. What that means is that Python is not converted into assembly language by the compiler. Python is converted by an interpreter. What an interpreter does is very simple. It takes one line of code, converts it into assembly language, then takes the next line, converts it into assembly language, takes the next line, and does the same on all the program, but line by line. So that's the important thing to note here. Contrary to the compiler in other languages, here what happens, the code is compiled or code is converted line by line, not one at a time. So that is the most important thing that we need to know while studying Python. Second thing here is Python is interactive. Because of this interpretation thing, what happens is we can execute a single line of code in Python as well. And for that we have idle. I've installed Python already, so I'll be showing you a bit of idle here in the first tutorial. This is Python GUI idle. So what happens is it can execute even a single line of code rather than a script. So I don't need to write tens of thousands of codes, tens of thousands of lines, or let's say 20 lines of code to execute a simple command that I'll be executing here. See, in Java, what we do, for those who know Java here, uh, what we do is very long hectic process to print just this statement hello world. But in Python what we can do is use this simple syntax print and then in the bracket hello world to print hello world. See, so what the compiler not the compiler, remember this, what the interpreter does is it converts this single line rather than the whole script into so in order to print this statement we just needed to use the desired syntax rather than first notifying the interpreter and then calling a function and all that stuff that we do in any other language other than Python. But Python avoids this all. Python is very strong in this matter. Third thing is Python is object oriented language. What this means is Python code is segregated, it is encapsulated in objects, within objects. We'll be knowing in detail, we'll be studying in detail about objects later on in our tutorial series, so I'll not discuss that in detail right now. Next is Python's usage. We were talking about Python and I told you where is Python used. So Python has many applications of its own. Python is used in web designing, Python is used in game designing, text processing, and the most important thing, it is used in pen testing. And you all know what pen testing means. It's used in hacking, cracking, all that type of script writing. So Python has a very wide range of application in this matter. Python can also be used as a server to create a server, so server for a website. So and many other websites, many other social networks like Instagram have been built on Python totally. So Python, you can understand how strong Python is. So I'll be closing this idle script. So what do you need? What are the pre-requirements before uh, starting Python programming? You need two things, so I'll be showing them in different tabs. First of all, you need Python libraries. So to do that, just need to type Python in your Google search and you will get a library defaultly. So you can also type python.org, which is the Python organization. So you can type this, and in the second, so you'll get this website open, Python org. You need to go into downloads and download the latest version of Python. Here it is 3.5.2. I've downloaded it already, so I'll not be downloading it. Then you need an development environment. You have downloaded Python, but how can you write script? Because Python only ships with idle. That is an interactive development environment, not a script writing environment. You cannot write code together. You will have to interpret it line by line. But what if you want to write a application? You can't execute code every time. You need to write it once and execute it again and again. So for that you need an IDE, what we call interactive development environment. And in this case we have two options to do this. Either we can use WingWare, so we can use Wing IDE, that is WingWare dot. I'm showing you WingWare. So you just type WingWare, wingware.com, it will defaultly come up. Or the second thing is PyCharm. It is the most popular Python IDE, so I'll be referring you to use PyCharm. It's made by JetBrains, which also makes PHP Storm, IDEA IntelliJ, and many other IDEs. So here you can see PyCharm, Python IDE, Professional Python IDE. So you can download it from here. It has two versions. It has professional version and it has the community version, which is a free version. So you can download free community version for now. You can purchase the professional version later. You will also have some docs and demos here. You can also download them for reference. So these are the pre-requirements first of all for using Python. Next thing, you have to create an environment variable. So in the search bar you can type environment variable, so the option will be shown to edit the environment variable. So click on that. Next thing you want to do is go into the system properties toolbox will appear, and go into environment variables and create. If Python is already installed here, you will have an environment variable automatically. So here I have no automatic variable. So what you need here is you need to write Python path. So this is it, Python path, and then you will have to browse it to the point where you have installed. So I will have installed it in C directory, and here it is. So I just directed this Python path to the point where I've installed Python IDE. So this is it. You need to create a Python path variable, and this is what we need to start our programming in Python. I've already installed PyCharm and Wing IDE as well, so you can also install it. So thank you. I hope I'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.